Okay, now that we have our groups set up, I would like to show you how to view the groups both as a teacher and as a student. So we'll do that in this video. To get started on the teacher side, in your left-hand navigation, if you find the People option, you'll click on People. And then at the top, you'll see, now that we've created group sets and groups, you have these options up here to locate those. So if I'm working on this particular presentation groups group set, I'll open that and I can see my 4 groups and who's in them. I can see if they're full or not. If I have new students, I can add them in. But I can also come over here to the 3 dots next to the group name. And you have an option here to visit group homepage. So I'm going to click on that to open the group. Now notice once I do that, we have our breadcrumbs up here, and it shows me that I'm in this Be a Student course, which is the name of my course. And then I have a group 1 option here, which it's kind of like a little section or another place within the course that only certain people can access. And in this case, it's the students in group 1. So over here on the left, you'll notice we have a different navigation than we did for the main course. Let's talk about that just a little bit. The teacher and the student will see the same things, only the teacher will see switch groups. So I can easily switch between groups to see what each group is doing from a teacher's side. But we do have the home screen, and that's whatever is showing here on this screen that you see right now. You do have an announcements option. So if you as the teacher wanted to send an announcement just to that group, you could send it and they would see them here. You do have a pages option. This would be a great place for including maybe your group rules. Maybe you have some instructions for what they need to be doing while they're in groups. Maybe you have a document detailing how they might work on their group together. Whatever that may be, you can add those pages here. Students have the option to add pages here as well so that they can collaborate on them. You also have a people option, so you can see exactly who is in the course, or sorry, in the group. There is a discussion piece, so if you wanted these students to be able to discuss with each other, they have the option to respond and kind of collaborate in a sort of way on different discussion topics in here that might relate to the group project they're working on. You have a files option, which will allow you and the students to save files here that they might need for completing the group project. And then you have these 2 buttons here, which are really heavy piece of the collaboration. One is conferences. This is the ability for them to get into a group chat. It currently does not have the video option, but it does have, they can hear each other's voices. They can type chat inside of there, and they can also share documents and presentations to perhaps work on those together as well in that. So if you wanted to use that, that is available. And you can, as the teacher, pop in, of course, to the conferences that they're having to monitor what they're doing or provide feedback for them. And then the final one is collaborations. And this is a piece that works with Google Drive. So you can collaborate using Google Docs, and you can actually create a document name, create a description, and then select who it goes to in your group or all of them, and then start collaborating. And it's going to create a Google document that they can access directly from this collaboration screen to work together with each other. Now I have switched over to being a student, so you can see what it looks like, because it is just a little bit different, but pretty much the same. The student will also go to People, and they can access their groups here, or some teachers do eliminate the people option. So I'll show you one extra thing, but I did want to note here, notice they see all of the groups, but some are locked and they can't access those particular groups. So this particular student is in group 1. So I know that because they don't have a lock, they could click visit. The other option, if I go back to the home screen, is you'll notice on the right-hand side, they see their course groups. Now, this is a great example to keep in mind. They're in different group sets, okay, but they are in a similar group. So keep this in mind that students will only see the group name So you may want to say project group 1 when you're naming your groups so that they're not just seeing group 1s, because if you ended up having 4 or 5 different sets of groups where you might rotate and they're with different people, if they all say group 1, they're not going to know which one to access. But I'm just going to go ahead and click on the first one. And here we are. So you'll see we have the same types of options over here. The big difference with these groups as opposed to what they might see in their regular classes, the students have the option in here to create. So they can actually begin a lot of the items in here so that they can work together. So same kind of a setup, just a little bit different in how they may access it.